let's take a look at our top selections for the Dan Illman, Mike Beer, 2 stakes races on tap at Aqueduct on Saturday. Let's kick up the field for race number 7, the $200,000 New York Stallion Series. We're going 6.5 furlongs on the main track for 3-year-olds. Wide open affair, as you see from David Aragona's morning line. The 4 Sinful Dancer is a maiden, but is 5-2 on David's line based off an 83 Beyer speed figure in his career debut.
Yeah, you got the fig first time out. A race that was dominated by first-time starters, Dan. It came back very fast. Personally, I think that's a race that could use some confirmation. But listen, if he runs an 83, he probably wins.
We're expecting a couple of long shots to contest the pace as we throw up that Timeform US pace projector. Another maiden, the 6 Papa Smooth, might be able to get to the front under the aggressive Kendrick Carmouche. Writer's Regret also has shown sprint speed in the past. Devious Mo showed speed last time out and can be close to the pace. But I agree. I think Papa Smooth makes the top.
I mean, Papa Smooth did show pretty good speed in his career debut, Dan, his only start to date. That was a maiden 40, and he broke from the rail that day. But he did have good speed in that race. Devious Mo is another horse who I expect to be forward in here, Dan. He's just really shown speed in all of his races.
Devious Mo began his career as sort of an underachiever, and after he was claimed by Rudy Rodriguez, you could argue he underachieved in his first 2 starts. Now, he broke through with this race we're going to show you. Maybe it was simply him dropping all the way down to 25,000, but Devious Mo was able to get right to the front, and he's geared down at the end of this race. 79 Beyer speed figure. The race graded out fast compared with a couple of other 6-furlong races on the card at Aqueduct on March 13th. Maybe Rudy's finally figured this horse out, but he's now going to have to prove it.
Yeah, he is. He might have just found the right field here, Dan. The runner-up there was a first-time starter, but that horse did come back to run really well in his next start up in class. So listen, I feel like this horse probably has improved for Rudy. The difference was he got loose on the lead last time. In his prior start, 1 start back when Rudy dropped him in for 40, he got hooked up on a 3-way contested pace in a race that went to a closer. His final start for his prior trainer, he got hooked up on a fast pace in a race that was won last to first by a big long shot. So he had some excuses before that last one. The question is, what kind of a trip does he get in here, and can he cope with another fast pace?
Writer's Regret, the number 2. He also won for $25,000. They ran a couple of good races. First 2 starts against winners. Last time out, I'll just draw a line through it. He was going a mile. He caught a wet track, and the trip just wasn't there for him. Wide chasing throughout.
Yeah, his 2 wet track races are just dismal. It just feels like he doesn't like that kind of going. His other races are actually pretty good. He does have a 79 Beyer break in his maiden. That was also against maiden 25s. But he came back in his next start. He caught a blowout winner. Last time, a race that was won by the favorite from last to first. He actually ran pretty well 2 back.
It's Gravy, the number 3, is already multiple stakes placed. No match for Excellent Timing, who's a nice horse. Last time out in the Damon Runyon going 7/8 of a mile. Maybe 6.5 is a bit sharp, but I think this horse just fits this race very well.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we'll see what kind of price he is. I wouldn't sit here and suggest I would bet him at any kind of a short price, but he looks like a nice fit in this race. The win 2 back was going a mile. I mean, I thought it was sort of more game than anything else. I wasn't blown away by it, but his race 3 back when he just missed, I thought he ran pretty well.
Let's watch Sinful Dancer, the morning line favorite's career debut. He was dismissed at 8-1 in this race. He ran quite well. It's not like there was a ton of pace going on, and we see Sinful Dancer, who broke just a beat slow on the outside. He's on his left lead right now. He's trying hard all the way down to the wire, and again, that 83 Beyer speed figure puts him in good stead. Normal second out improvement makes him very tough. He's still learning the game.
He is. I will see what he does here, Dan. I don't want to take a huge stand against him. I just wouldn't bet him as the favorite in here. I just want to see what happens with the horses coming back out of that race. The horse that won the race was also a first-time starter. He had speed. He got right to the front in there. The horse who was favored, who finished 3rd, to me just isn't that good. I just want to see if this horse is really an 83. If he is, he'll probably win.
A horse that can work out a really good trip in this race, and the one that is arguably the horse to beat, is the number 5 Market Alert. Multiple stakes placed as a 2-year-old and was successful in his seasonal debut on February the 21st. Let's watch that race right now. Contested over good going. He got right up close to the pace, and he has the tactical speed to get that kind of a trip. He's game winning this race. 73 buyer, a career best. Jimmy Ryerson's been sending out some live horses at this meet. Market Alert, I think 3-1's a fair price considering this horse's form, and you get Jose Ortiz.
I agree with all that. He ran fine to win this race. I mean, it's not the kind of effort that's going to blow you away, but he did what he had to do to win that race. His effort two-back was actually even better in another Stallion Series race where he wound up contesting the pace with a really big favorite and got closed down late. I thought he ran well in that spot. He's basically run well in all of his races, Dan. You know, we'll see. I could have put him on top. I've been a fan of his from the start. I think I'd bet him in every one of his starts. So we'll just see. If he's going to be, the favorite or close to it, I don't know if I would bet him, but he can certainly win.
Papa Smooth, the number 6, made his career debut for $40. He was bought for $105,000 as a yearling. Perhaps sensing a bargain, Michael Maker dipped in and claimed him, and I thought he ran pretty well that day. Didn't think it was the strongest field of 40 maidens, but he ran okay after pressing a very fast pace.
Yeah, broke from the rail, didn't break that sharply from the gate, and then just rushed up with pretty good speed. He made the pace. The horse that beat him, Ernie Banker, kept right up on the pace with him basically throughout and just sort of outfinished him at the end. Ernie Banker was dropping out of several maiden special weight races in there. He had a lot of experience. So it was no surprise to see this horse get a little tired at the end of the race. So we'll see. I mean, I thought he ran fine first time out. I don't think it was the kind of effort that would make me want to bet him back against this field.
There are only two-time winners in this field. One of them is Market Alert. The other one is Lobsta, who swam home in the race we're going to see right now on March the 28th. Lobsta loves a wet track. He's 2 for 3 on him, and he still has some work to do. At the 16th pole, Lobsta's going to get there. 69 buyer speed figure. He'll need to improve a little bit, but his race 2 starts back, no disgrace. He ran into one of the better New York breds in Nicky the Vest.
Yeah, that's the only time he's been on a fast track, and he happened to catch Nicky the Vest, a horse he just can't possibly beat. He ran fine last time. The horse on the lead there was only a second-time starter stretching out. You could just see that horse didn't quite finish that race off and left himself vulnerable to Lobsta, who came and got him. His win 3 starts back was good when he broke his maiden, Dan. He went to the front in there with the horse down on the rail. Devious Mo put that horse away easily and won clear. And in his career debut, the only time they sprinted him, he was very green, so I wouldn't hold that race against him. I don't think cutting back is a problem for this horse. He has plenty of tactical speed.
Top pick time for the New York Stallion Stakes, one of 2 stakes races at the Big A on Saturday. You're going with Lobsta. Outside stalking trip could be coming.
Yeah, I just feel like it's a good spot for him, Dan, cutting back in distance for this race. I didn't really want to buy into the morning line favorite, Sinful Dancer, just yet. We'll see what he does. I took the 2 horses that have the experience and that they both have the 2 wins, Market Alert and Lobsta.
Maybe Devious Mo's last race and big buyer speed figure was simply because he caught a wet track, but I think he can get aggressive here and maybe either sit off Papa Smooth or actually get outright to the top under Manny Franco. I wonder if Rudy Rodriguez has figured this horse out. I think he's a fair price at 5 or 6 to 1. 7-5-3-4 for Mike, 1-4-5-7 for me. New York Stallion Stakes at Aqueduct on Saturday. Approximate post for race 7, 4:44 Eastern. Good luck.